You ready?
Hey, welcome back to Fade the Mahoney. It's playoff time. We're going to preview every series before we watch them, and we're going to do our best to get amazing guests such as Jorgy. Jorgy is best known, in addition to being the best wiffle ball player on the planet for a sizable portion of the season, as possibly the best NFL handicapper on earth. 4-0 so far, right, Jorgy?
That is correct.
All right, and we're going to get your fifth lock at the end of the episode, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So I got it ready, and I mean, if it keeps up, I should be 5-0.
All right. I'm Mike. This is Trevor. We gamble on Major League Wiffle Ball. Go ahead. What do you got?
You realize we have to change the name of the show, right? Because we now have an actual sports bettor on the show, not somebody who's a Mahoney. So I don't know. This should just be the Jorgy show, maybe now. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll work on that. We'll call your people, Jorgy, see about rebranding it. Trevor, I know in the past you participated in that big pool, that weekly NFL pool that I put together last week using my big 11-star pick on the Seahawks that Jorgy gave his lock. I won. So good week.
You're welcome.
Well done.
Thank you, Jorgy. All right, we've got Eagles DBacks. That is the first series that's being shown. Pretty sure.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right. Typically, Trevor and I bet on who's going to win the series, and we bet on the total number of runs. Can't really bet on the total number of runs when you don't know how many games are going to be played. So let's bet on the series. Trevor, what do you got?
So the Diamondbacks have won 7 of the last 8 games against the Eagles, dating back to the regular season last year. So they definitely have their number. Obviously, the teams haven't changed significantly, so there's not like much has changed in that dynamic. So you have to make the Diamondbacks a pretty substantial favorite. Anytime Jimmy Norp's, in the playoffs, obviously the last 2 seasons you've seen what happened. So I have the Diamondbacks minus 180. Might be a little bit low, but I think you still have to give the Eagles some credit for the chances that they may string something together in 2 games. It's wiffle ball. Anything can happen in a 3-game series with 2 good teams.
All right.
Did I just disappear?
Nope, you're still there.
Okay.
I see you.
Okay, I'm here.
Jorgy, what are your thoughts on that? I assume you agree they got to be a pretty big favorite, the Diamondbacks, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say favorite, but I think just with any of these playoff matches, whatever works out, whatever happens, I think there can't really be like a huge favorite in any of them. I think these are the clear 6 best teams, and I think you can make an argument for anyone to win any series and anyone to win the World Series with the way that, I think you got like 4 top tier guys, which is like the 4 I think is the clear 4 best players in the league is Dallas Allen, Jimmy Norp, Jordan Robles, and Ryan Cratch. So those 4 teams could easily win. The Wildcats have that 3 hitter duo with Saylor, Pearson, and Kyle. If Saylor actually decides to wake up, then they could easily win it. And then the Magic basically have the 5th best player in the league with the combination of RJ's pitching and Grant's hitting. They kind of combine to make like the 5th best player in the league or whatever. So I think there's an argument for anyone. But yeah, I think just because the last 2 years and the way they've played the Eagles before, I think you got to make the D-backs favorite.
Wow, there was a lot in there, Trevor. Top 4. I'm going to have to go back and that's probably going to be a clip.
I mean, do you have a different top 4?
No. I do have a question, though, that relates to not to the game at all, but to what you just said. Should the Gators trade for Nick Saylor because he would fit right in with the rest of your team with the way he's currently playing?
I would love to. I don't think it's going to happen, but if that were to happen, I'd be very ecstatic. You'd have him and Chris, and if they decide to wake up, then they'd be good. But if you put those 2 on a team together this year, it'd be laughable.
Bonus, if that happened and he had a jersey on the store, I'd never have to buy it.
True.
Since he won't show up on the show. My thoughts on this series, it's got to be Dallas Allen. I mean, to me, that's the only way they can win is he's just got to do everything. So I'm going to lay the 180, Trevor.
Okay.
I'm going to take the Diamondbacks. Through the regular season, thanks to your shady accounting, I ended up 1.5 bets, so plus 150 on the year through the regular season. So we're going to add on to it in the postseason. Jorgy, you mentioned all the different teams and how they all had a chance to win. We've actually got the official playoff odds to win the championship. Editing department will drop them in here now. Guys, I'm going to just rattle them off verbally. I've got the Mallards at 5-2, the DBacks at 3-1, the Magic at 5-1, the Predators at 6-1, the Cats at 8-1, and the Eagles are 12-1. So that's what everybody's looking at on the graphics here. But those are the odds at any sports book that will book them. Trevor, let's you and I do our real quick draft for who's going to win the championship. If your first pick wins it, it's worth 200. If it's any of the other ones, it's worth 100. You want to go first or second?
Oh God, did you tell me we were going to do this? This is on the spot.
Yes.
You did tell me. Okay. So I will.
Sure did.
Jordy.
I'll go second.
All right. I'll take the Mallards.
All right. I'll take the Diamondbacks and the Predators.
Yeah. That's the correct order. And you get stuck with the Eagles, just like last year, because nobody wants the Eagles. So I'll have the Magic and the Wildcats. So D-backs is your first pick. Mallards are my first pick. Sound right?
Yep.
All right. Jorgy, I would ask you, but that wouldn't be super fair.
I mean, technically, I don't know the winner.
No.
But
But if I gave you 2 picks, I bet you'd do pretty well.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else we should cover as far as the playoffs go before we get into NFL picks? Did I forget anything that we're supposed to talk about?
You should guess what jersey Jorgy is wearing. I think it can only be one of 2 or 3 players, maybe.
May I ask one question?
Yeah.
How old is it?
It's pretty new, but first of all, it's not a player. Second of all, it's a college team. So
yeah, I know that it's a college team,
so
but
this game
I
might not
just
work.
figured it was a player.
No. Technically, I think like Avery Anderson wore this number, so I guess it could be him.
Okay.
I was gonna go with Russell Westbrook because I thought it was a Thunder jersey. What is it?
No, it's Oklahoma State. So it had to be either Marcus Smart or like Tony Allen, maybe Big Country, Bryant Reeves, but
just the generic. And I'm not even an Oklahoma State fan. I do like Big 12 basketball, but I just like the jersey. So looked cool.
Did you say technically Randy Rutherford wore that jersey?
Me?
Yeah.
I said Avery Anderson.
Okay.
Close.
Don't know who that is.
Exactly. That's what shocked me. I think that was his name. Randy Rutherford was their point guard. They went to the Final Four in 94, 95. I don't doubt you were even
wasn't
born.
alive.
95.
Yeah. How's that for useless information? All right. All that was preamble. Now we're here for the money-making portion. Jorgy, 4-0 off the Seahawks. Seahawks 2 in a row. I think you've been on.
I have to be off them. They're on a bye. So
the last 2 weeks for the Seahawks, 4-0. What do we got this week?
All right. So I'm off the Seahawks, but something that I'm doing kind of similar again is I'm taking a primetime game. Is the Sunday night game, Dallas at San Francisco. I'm taking San Francisco -3.5. I just think, I think they're just kind of on a tier of their own, especially when it comes to the NFC. Dallas, I think they're a legit team. They had that one slip up against the Cardinals, which I think was kind of fluky. They did lose Diggs, so that helps. And then honestly, besides that, or just like their whole schedule, they haven't really played like a team like the Niners yet. They haven't played like a real competitive team. And I just think that Christian McCaffrey can do work against them. Their run defense has looked good, but that's because like their defenses put them up. The teams have had to throw the ball, and then that's when turnovers happen. So I think in like a neutral game script, CMC can carve them up a little bit. And I just think that, being in San Francisco too, I think if this was in Dallas, I don't know if they'd be favored or not, maybe slight underdogs, but I just think in San Francisco, I'm going to take the Niners.
All right. Trevor, any thoughts on that, or a vow to bet it for lots of money?
I will definitely bet it for lots of money. I have zero thoughts because I've watched about 30 seconds of football so far this season. I didn't even know that it's week 5?
Yeah, it's flying by.
Yeah, Jordy's 4-0. Jorgy, one last question, put you on the spot. What would you guess, according to DraftKings, not sponsoring the show, Brock Purdy's odds are to win the MVP?
God, I'm not good at odds like that. Plus 1,600.
Oh, that's not bad. She's 20-1, so plus 2,000. Josh Allen is the favorite. All right. That is first round of the playoffs. What do we call this? Divisional series?
Yeah.
Yes.
Divisional series. Next week, I assume, is Cats Preds.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be back for that. Hopefully we'll hear from Jorgy again as he's 5-0.
Hopefully.
For now, Jorgy, thanks for stopping by.
I mean, yeah.
Trevor, good to see you.
You're ending the show.
Yeah, good gambling, everybody.
See ya.